so yeah, I wanted to do this podcast with you. One, because like I said, I want to keep it going, just kind of keep the train moving, be more consistent, because I suck at consistency with anything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to discipline myself. So I appreciate you agreeing to be on this with me.
Of course.
If anyone doesn't know, this is my damn near look-alike twin minus the facial hair, and
not the beard.
Yeah, no beard. So this is my little brother Eulalio.
How's it going?
I wanted to get into the topics of video games really with you because, last week when I was talking with Sadio, we pretty much focused on Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff, and there's some stuff that we missed. I definitely want to go back over that. I don't know if today is the day because we're just talking about like mainly video games. But yeah, the main subject I wanted to talk about and main topic is Wolverine. And
2 months.
1 month.
Oh, 1 month. Yeah, September
15th. That's right. I think by the time of recording this today, it's actually exactly 1 month out.
Wow. Really? Oh, what day? What's the date?
August 15th.
15th, yeah.
So 1 month exactly out. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool. I think it has a lot of potential. And to be honest, I think with Grand Theft Auto coming out, I think it's going to be a slept-on game.
Yeah, it's going to be slept on.
Which is kind of unfortunate.
Most likely it's going to be slept on because of GTA 6 and all that hype that's already... It's already getting that.
Surrounding it.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. No, yeah. I just thought it... I'm so impressed with like the Insomniac Spider-Man games. I think they're like a perfect example of not just a good superhero game, but just a good video game in general.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot of avenues that it takes.
Especially with Spider-Man, like those games are peak.
Oh yeah. They're not the best. Don't get me wrong. I am in no way saying. Because I know that can get twisted, and it could get clipped itself of like me saying that, like, oh, like I think, Spider-Man's one of the best video games ever.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's just for me. I think because I have such a deep passion for superhero games.
Yeah.
It does sway my vote, so to speak, on that. But it's I think just like overall, like it's just like I said, like a fun video game, and I have no doubt that Wolverine...
I love the combat on it, and I can't wait for the combat on Wolverine as well.
Oh, dude.
It's just going to be
But see, that is something I wanted to talk about. I don't know, because I know, like, we've talked, like, off to the side, like, about video games that we've played and some that you haven't.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because you're a lot, we have, what, a 10-year difference, or a 12-year difference between each other, so...
Me, myself... I'm more into competitive games.
Right.
Like shooting, action, like scary games,
Dead by Daylight. You play that a lot. Yeah.
More of competitive games rather than story games, but don't get me wrong, I love story games. Like I love Spider-Man Miles Morales. I love Spider-Man 2.
I think that's honestly just has a lot to do with the fact of, again, like, I'm not trying to sound like the old head of being oh, it's your generation type of thing.
Yeah.
But I think it does have a lot to do with that because it's like when you were born in 2010, so it's like I was born in 98.
Yeah.
So like competitive online gaming, although I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it wasn't huge even when I was growing up. I just think like with the internet now and how accessible it is, like I just think it was a different time back in the day. So like when I was growing up, like I really didn't play online games.
Yeah, because there wasn't really that much to play. Like
yeah, I mean there was Halo.
Yeah.
Call of Duty was still like online, like in 05, 06, whenever the first one came to console. I don't know if there was one on PC. I think there was initially. Like I think it initially came out on PC. But, like, there was online gaming, but it was, like, more of a chore back in the day to, like, you have to have Wi-Fi, you have to have the Ethernet connected to your...
The mic.
You had to have the mic. Like, now, all that stuff was kind of, like, not only a luxury, but like I said, kind of like a chore to have all that stuff and to make sure it was hooked up and to have good internet back in the day because like we had like dial-up internet and like even that was getting old like when I got around the age of like when you were born, like 12-ish. And that really wasn't a thing, but I mean like for those early online multiplayer stuff or earlier like Halo Combat Evolve or Halo 2, stuff like that. Once the Xbox 360 came out and like the PS3, like that generation of stuff, that stuff kind of went away.
Yeah.
But you know, without deviating too far, like for me, I played like a lot of Xbox 360 back in the day, and that was like my generation of growing up. Like you know, in terms of my like pre-teens and like my teen years, like I played a lot of 360. Yeah. And a lot of those games, though, even at that point, I was not a big competitive gamer in terms of like online. I played like Black Ops 2 a lot. Like that was probably the one that always comes to mind.
And, that was like the most popular one.
Yeah, and it was great. Oh man,
yeah,
what a time!
All the lobbies and stuff. Zombies mode.
I had just, and it wasn't because I couldn't play or you know anything like that. I had just missed out like on that Modern Warfare 2 stuff.
Yeah.
Like I played the campaign when it came out, but I just wasn't super into the online stuff at that point. I was
really?
still yeah.
You were just still playing your story?
Yeah, cuz like I had Modern Warfare 1, I had Modern Warfare 2. Classic. I had, you know, like the you know, Modern Warfare 3 cuz that even came out. I can't believe that. Came out on the 360. And then the first Black Ops, like I had all those games. I just legitimately like I didn't start playing like from what I can remember like really online until Black Ops 2. And even then like that was like one of the only games I played online. Like
really?
Yeah, because you know like I was big into I am big into wrestling.
Yeah.
And like WWE games. They had online and I tried like one match one time. And this dude was talking so much crap, like talking crap about, you know, like just cracking jokes and all that. Same. And I just was like, I can't. Now it's different. Like, you know, I can joke around and stuff. But like I was a kid, so I was probably like 11 or 10 when that happened. And I just kind of like, I was like, it kind of deterred me. I feel like
that was that era where a lot of people were just talking crap, especially on Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Like the proximity chats and stuff.
Yeah.
And like that, and people were just talking a whole bunch of...
even on Black Ops 2 though, as much as I played it online, I never had a mic to talk crap. Like, I had a mic, but I just never played with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I just never really talked to anyone.
I didn't engage. Like, I never engaged. Like, if they talked crap, then it was what it was. Yeah. Like, I didn't care. Like,
you just found it funny.
It was, some of it was funny. Some of it was really stupid. Yeah, so I was just like, whatever. It didn't bother me, because, like, I could, you know.
You were just having fun. You were
just playing the game. To me, that was the most important thing. Anyway, so again, I'm kind of deviating. I played, when I was growing up, like X-Men Origins Wolverine and like Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Yeah.
Those are two of my favorite like superhero games of all time. And a lot of that, like, you know, those games are kind of revered now. But back then, like, they were kind of, like, you know, they were looked down upon.
Yeah, they weren't that.
Yeah.
That type of game. So like, they weren't that hyped on.
Yeah, because, like, X-Men Origins Wolverine was like a movie tie-in game, and movie tie-in games, like I know like for you, like they're really not a thing anymore, but holy crap, we had so many like back in the day. Like for every like big like summer blockbuster that was coming out, there was almost always a video game for it.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
So all the Spider-Man movies, even the TASM, like those games, like TASM 1, TASM 2, like that's kind of like the era where it started dying off. But like that 2014-ish, like 20, I think that's what I remember in terms of big blockbuster movies. So, yeah, a lot of them not great. But
I think the last Spider-Man game, Amazing Spider-Man 2, right?
prior to Insomniac?
Yeah.
No. Was it? It might have been. Yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
The only reason I was thinking differently was because we had after Spider-Man 3, the movie game, I think we had Web of Shadows.
Yeah.
Then we had Shattered Dimensions, and then Edge of Time, and then the TASM games came out, which was Amazing Spider-Man 1, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, for me, like, oh my gosh, what a golden era of Spider-Man games.
Yeah, it was just peak for you.
Yeah, well, it really was. And then on top of that, like, even when the Spider-Man games got kind of low during that,
I felt like Amazing Spider-Man 2 wasn't that good. But no,
it's maybe not at all. It's really not a good game.
Yeah, maybe for its time, it had that little attention spark, kind of. Like, where I was like, okay, this game is okay. But now it's just like, like it's meh now. Like, it's just like, it's not really playable anymore.
Yeah, no, I think it's a bad game looking back on it. I mean, when it came out, even then, like, it wasn't great. I just don't remember, like, loving it, even when it came out. I remember the TASM 1 was really cool because it had some really cool ideas.
Yeah.
Not in terms of story or voice acting, but in terms of gameplay. Oh man, those giant like mech robot fights that you have in that game in TASM 1, and then the close up like shoulder camera, that was really cool. And then I think like the web zip, not the web zip, but where you can like jump, you know, in Insomniac, the web launch, where you just straight up press like LT or L2 and R2, and it just web launches, and then you could jump off of from that point.
Yeah,
I think Amazing Spider-Man did that first, because I really don't remember it in any other of the Spider-Man games. Not in the free roams anyway. I think like Shattered Dimensions had like that kind of web launch or web zip where you could just go like post to post type of thing. But in terms of free roam, I think TASM 1 did that first. And again, just a lot of cool like ideas in that game.
Yeah.
And same thing with like X-Men Origins Wolverine, which again, like I'm trying to circle back to that point. What concerns me about Wolverine's like this new one coming out, like the gameplay, as much as I love it, there are like things that I feel Insomniac like intentionally ignores that fans ask for.
Yeah.
Like my big thing that, and I know there's a lot of debate online, or not even debate, I should say, but there's a lot of requests online, is one of the features that I wish that they would bring back for Spider-Man, especially this last one, Spider-Man 2. I thought they really should have brought back the web strike, where you can, it's in Web of Shadows, and you could legit like be fighting an enemy, and then you could, you know how you could web zip in Insomniac, like you press triangle, and Spider-Man like zips to him. The web strike was so much cooler because it was that, but he would go mid-air, and then you could decide like whether you wanted to like just beat up on that guy from that moment when you web zipped him or web launch from him, and then you could decide to beat up on him, throw him, or you could toss him and go to the next guy, and you could legit like a freaking ricochet, like you could just go boom, 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 boom.
Oh wow!
And it was really cool. I think you've seen some of the gameplay.
Like, I like that type of movement, combat movement like that. That's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Especially when like to bring up another company's name, Batman Arkham Knight. I feel like they did that kind of. When he would like jump over to the next guy, and then he would jump over to the other guy, and he would just beat them up. You know,
like that rhythm type of game.
Like how I like the rhythm combat.
I do too. I do too, and I think
it looks smooth, and it looks just
cool.
Looks badass.
I think it's just gameplay perspective is just like it's awesome. You know what I mean? I think it's
cool to see. It's almost like you're watching a movie.
I don't think I'm not saying every superhero game or every game needs it.
Yeah.
I just think like Insomniac, like that would have been something cool to bring back specifically for Spider-Man. It could have been something really cool, and I hope they bring it back for 3.
Yeah.
I think another thing that was missed out on, like Spider-Man 2, was being able to switch in between costumes, like on the flip. Like in Web of Shadows, you could just immediately change into the black suit.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was
cool.
was a really cool, like sophisticated game. Like I thought, in terms of gameplay and like features.
Yeah.
Like just little things like sliding up a building. Like you could legit, like Spider-Man, like his animations would, like he would slide his like knees first, like up a building.
Yeah.
And you could have so much momentum that he goes off of the building, and then you could legit fall and then kind of like slide back down it.
Oh, really?
And then go into like a web swing.
Oh, wow. So it's not like the newer games where you would just do that and then you would automatically just...
Well, like, he won't... You know how Spider-Man, like, he won't... If you, like, go into a building, he won't necessarily... Like, you lose momentum. Well,
yeah.
Like, rightfully so. Like, if Spider-Man's swinging into a building, he's gonna, like, splat or, he's gonna lose momentum.
Yeah.
But with that game, there was, like... If you were going up a building, and let's say you were doing the wall run, and you know how in Insomniac you could like shoot your webs and it gives you that momentum boost?
Yeah.
That's where, like, instead of continuing to wall run, you could slide up the building in Web of Shadows, and all that momentum just made you faster because he's sliding instead of running.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's little things like that I wish Insomniac would take note of. And not necessarily copy it, but just improve upon and give that feature to the fans. Because that's the kind of stuff that I just think like made those games like so awesome.
I feel they ignore it too, like whenever a fan requests it. Yeah. Or like in the comics and in the comments, excuse me, in like IG posts and stuff, or like Facebook or anywhere else, when they're commenting on it, and I feel like they just ignore it, and like even though everyone's saying that one thing, and then this one person's agreeing to it, and then another person's agreeing to it, and so on and so forth, and they're just they're just kind of ignoring it when it gets all that attention or likes, what I mean?
No doubt.
And I feel like a lot of video game companies do that though.
Yeah, like
in
they
general.
Intentionally ignore. Yeah. 1 second, and I'll edit this out. Look into the mirror and just see. Can you see if it's still recording? Do you see that mirror in the corner?
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, it has the red thing.
Because you know how the iPhone storage will say full.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway. So, yeah, it, like you were saying, like, it's like just... There's some things that, again, like, I'm not expecting them to copy beat for beat, but I just think there's some stuff that could really add to those games from, like, they could take features from those past games and put it, and inject it into the newer stuff, and I don't think fans would be mad at it. Yeah. Like, another thing, again, I keep going back to Web of Shadows, but, like, the wall combat, where Spider-Man could stick to a wall and enemies could attack you from there, and you could legit fight from the wall.
Oh,
you know
really?
what I mean? Yeah, like, and it was a perfect... Because Web of Shadows, like, inspired in terms of, like, I don't want to say gameplay, but more like setting. It inspired a lot of Spider-Man 2. I feel like there's a lot taken from that. Like when Venom overruns the city, like Web of Shadows and Spider-Man 2 at the end of those games, all the symbiote goo and everything is everywhere on the buildings.
Yeah,
that's all taken from Web of Shadows.
Yeah,
like,
and I find that very dope too.
Yeah,
like how the whole city
is
was overrun by Venom and then, like, Spider-Man 2. Like I found that very dope to see around the whole entire city.
Yeah,
of New York.
And then you got the symbiotes, like the people who were overtaken by the symbiotes running around and trying to attack you.
That really cool too.
It's just little things that it feels unnecessary to leave out because we had cool stuff like that.
Same with the Sandman thing too. I like how the Sandman would just spawn in, or like if he would go somewhere, you could see it all around the map, like just the sand and stuff. I like that cool little feature about Spider-Man 2.
You're talking about the the whatchamacallit, the side missions.
Yeah, I like those side missions as well.
Because I don't think they spawned in, which would have been a cool idea, especially because the city is kind of overrun by the sand. But yeah, little things like that like could be improved upon, like where we could have had like in the beginning of the game the gang activity, or excuse me, crime activities could have had like Sandman's whatever his sand army like popping in and out of the crimes. Like that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. In terms of Wolverine though, like going back to him, there's a lot of stuff like in X-Men Origins Wolverine. I'm really hoping that just in terms of gameplay that they borrow from that, and it looks like they have in terms of combat. Like it looks really brutal. It looks like some of those special moves, like the tornado claw, I think is what they call it.
Yeah, that is cool.
Like that was all in there, and I know like that's been like Wolverine's signature in video games for a long time, but it just looks kind of like directly ripped from the Wolverine Origins game. You know what I mean, on the 360, the Uncaged edition. So it's cool things like that. There's one feature, though, in terms of combat that was in X-Men Origins Wolverine that I don't think is going to be. And again, it's kind of like the web strike. It's where he launches himself from a great distance and he can attack an enemy. And again, you have that like option of like you can attack them, you could do like a big finishing move, or you could like throw them.
Yeah, I like that.
I've seen from the previews, it looks like they semi have that feature where Wolverine can like launch himself to an enemy, like to close that gap distance.
Yeah,
which is cool, but I'm really hoping that it's not that you have those same options of like you could do a finisher, you can throw them, little things like that, and yeah. It has a lot of promise. Obviously, it looks awesome. Like, it looks like really has potential. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think it's going to kill it. But there's just little things I think that already, like, pre-criticizing. And I know that's hard. That's kind of stupid because it's not out yet.
Yeah.
But also, you know, I guess it's more concerns. I wouldn't even say criticism. So, I'm more concerns. I'm hoping that it's in there.
Yeah, I hope it has that type of potential that I would get. Yeah.
What do you think in terms of, because I see a lot of debate that I think Insomniac's confirmed that Spider-Man is connected to this universe, but I don't think they've confirmed whether or not Spider-Man will appear in this game.
Yeah.
You think that it's something that should happen, or you think it's something that they should keep separate?
Honestly, I think it's something they should keep separate, only because we didn't really see any cameos of Wolverine in Spider-Man.
Right.
But, like, I feel that Wolverine should have just its own story. Maybe later on, if they have another Wolverine game, right?
Right.
Or if they have their own X-Men game, that would be really cool.
Right.
Maybe he could appear in that, maybe a little cameo. Or even in this game, who knows though? Maybe he will appear in like a little cameo, because, you know, that would be really cool.
Yeah. I agree. I think it would be something that would be like, I think it would take attention away from the Wolverine game.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it should just focus on his Wolverine story, Logan's own story. So
yeah, I'm not doubting that. Like, I think it will. I don't think like Spider-Man's gonna be involved in the story. I guess so. More my question was like, do you think he's gonna make a cameo at all?
Honestly, I think he will. Maybe in one of the side missions, like how in the Spider-Man 2 game, right? Mm-hmm. How they appeared the little portal from the Spider-Verse.
Oh, the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, remember like that part?
Yeah. Where you're capturing the Spider-Bots and then...
and then once you get...
that lady pops up to talk
I
about
thought that
Miguel.
was really cool as well.
Okay.
And then I feel like they're going to probably do something like that. Or maybe towards the end of the story.
Like, you think... You think more so like so to I don't and get correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm getting from what you're saying is like you think maybe more so like a mention as opposed to a cameo?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you think Spider-Man will get mentioned?
Yeah, he'll most likely probably get mentioned. It would be cool to see maybe one of his little spider bots in the background when you're doing like a little side mission, or like if you're doing a mission, like what if you see a spider bot in the background? That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. I think Spider-Man like appearing I think Spider-Man appearing at all might detract attention from Wolverine and like is there really a place for him here?
Yeah.
In this story, like what we got going on. Cuz everything from the story I'm seeing so far, I don't know if you know or what you've heard about it, but as far as story like plot lines go, without spoiling, and I don't think I'm spoiling because I don't think there's been any spoilers yet, but
yeah,
this apparently is a team. Wolverine's going to be a part of a team. Much like I'm forgetting specifically what team he was a part of. I know it's not like X-Force or anything. I think it's something to do with the Weapon X program. And like Sabretooth's going to be a part of it, Mystique, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw. I think the guy's name is Maverick or something like that. Because the suit that he's wearing in the trailers, he has kind of this tactical gear. When yeah, it's like with the yellow like tactical gear. Yeah, looks really cool.
That was dope.
Yeah, it's a cool look. I just feel like this is like we're really barely getting into the meat and potatoes of who Wolverine is. Because not only that, but apparently it's going to be prior to any kind of X-Men team. Hence why we see Jean Grey.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would assume that we're, like, Professor X is not going to even be involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in terms of, like, even a cameo. Like, I don't know. Maybe there will be a cameo, like, to set up the X-Men.
Do you think Gambit will be in it? Maybe a little cameo.
I don't know. That would be cool. Just because it's like, I know Gambit's had like kind of his solo runs and stuff.
Yeah.
And, the kind of back and forth, at least in the show, of the animated series, him and Wolverine like had a back and forth. You know what I mean? Like they were always kind of at each other, not at each other's throats, but just kind of like kind of butting heads.
Yeah.
So I think that could be cool. I think Gambit making a cameo appearance could be really cool.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I think they're gonna try to save a lot of that for an X-Men game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Hopefully it's not anything like the Avengers, like Square Enix.
Yeah, hopefully not.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
the game was kind of.
Yeah.
Cheeks.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that game.
No, yeah. And, like, that's a whole thing, too. It's just, like, that game, like, again, has cool ideas, but, that game was overran by microtransactions and...
It had its potential. But
then
it's like
the repetitive gameplay.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary.
The combat wasn't all that.
Yeah. No, actually, I think I got to disagree with you on that. I think the combat was cool. I think there was there's stuff that's missing from it, but I think for the most part, the combat was pretty cool. Especially, I think they nailed down, like, Iron Man's combat and, like, Thor. Because Thor kind of felt like you were playing God of War a little bit. And I think that's what they were going for. Because, like, you could throw the hammer and then call it back. If I'm remembering correctly, you could call it back at any point. So to me, like that kind of felt like God of War-ish, like the 2018 series. So that to me, I thought the combat was cool. I think when it came to gameplay, became way too repetitive, like the missions themselves.
Yeah.
Because obviously it wasn't a free roam, but it was a more linear story where they kind of take you on, a journey.
I didn't feel that the online was that good either on that game.
Are you talking about in terms of, like, quality, or what do you mean?
Like, just, like, in general. Like, I felt like it was very jittery and kind of laggy.
Like, their servers were...
Their servers weren't that good.
Yeah.
They were almost, like, 2K server, kind of. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't play online that much. I think I played with you, and then I played with Sedio.
yeah,
And then again, like, I think we only played a few times because I
Yeah.
don't remember playing it that much online. I played it a lot
Yeah.
offline, but understandably so. Like, I think everyone just kind of lost interest
Yeah.
because, again, especially those online multiplayer, like, missions, they were so repetitive.
yeah,
I think they really missed out, and I don't think I'm misremembering, but I might be. I don't think the story mode lets you play multiplayer, right?
oh yeah, no,
And that to me like was such a huge miss because
yeah, the co-op. Part,
like, well, firstly it should let you play as like a whole team, like Ultimate Alliance, like you could go through the whole story.
That would be
Playing
that would
as
be
a
so
team.
cool. Imagine just playing with all your friends, the whole story, like
whole
that
story
would have
mode.
been cool.
Yeah, and I think it would have
Like-
felt like
That would have had more potential, and I feel like that game would still be good. Like
yeah,
to
it
this
might
day,
have
probably.
bumped it up a point or two.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I think it still would have had like repetitive missions.
It would have still
no
had its
matter-
bugs and stuff, and its
Yeah,
little parts.
it would still
that
have
were
its
missing.
faults, but I think that
Yeah.
would have just been something that would have added to it. Because, like, Gears of War, man, like, all those games, well, I can't say all, but I know the first three, you could go online with a buddy, and if you guys don't want to play on, like, in terms of online matches,
Like multiplayer
you could play
and stuff?
you could play the story mode co-op.
Oh yeah,
That's always been a cool concept to me, because it's like, who doesn't want to experience story mode
yeah,
with a
exactly
friend?
with the friend.
So,
That would be so cool.
yeah, so Avengers kind of suffered from that.
Yeah,
But yeah, again, that's that's a whole thing of its own. Like,
do you
kind of
feel
topic.
that maybe Insomniac should have took the rights for the Avengers game for that one instead of like
Square Enix?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because it's hard to say. It's like, yes, it would be cool, or it would have been cool.
Mhm.
But on that same token, would they have done it any differently? Because again, the to me, it wasn't the gameplay. It wasn't even necessarily the story, even though that was kind of mid itself.
Yeah.
It was really just like, how do they, how can you successfully execute like an online multiplayer game that still has like a linear story?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a tough task. And like, I feel like Insomniac definitely could have probably produced a better story, but would they have executed the online part of it better?
Probably not, honestly.
They might have made the same mistakes.
Yeah.
So
to be
now,
honest.
like, with them being able to like look at Avengers and learn from that, I think that it's the right time.
Yeah.
If you ask me, like, I think like the Avengers had to be the growing pain, so to speak,
Yeah.
and that way, if assuming that Insomniac does a full-fledged X-Men game, it could be successful. And I think it'll really be a mistake if they do decide to do an X-Men game, if they decide to make it strictly single player, because that's all Insomniac has done so far, which is not a bad thing. But with all those leaks that came out a couple years ago,
Yeah.
it really sucks that we didn't get the Spider-Man multiplayer.
Yeah.
'Cause-
that was really disappointing because that would have been so dope
Yeah.
to just play it with your friend,
Yeah.
swinging with your friend. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't. See, that's one of those. That's one of those things. Like, I think because that's a newer experience, it wouldn't have taken that much to like really wow the fans,
Yeah.
or just like wow somebody with it. Like, I'm assuming like it could get boring if you're just swinging around.
yeah.
So maybe that's what it was. Like, it was like maybe they felt like they just couldn't. They didn't have enough to put into it in
Yeah.
terms of like story, not even story, but in terms of a game. Maybe they just felt like, oh yeah, swinging with your buddies is cool for like the first 10 minutes, but then after a while you guys are just kind of swinging and
Yeah.
there's really nothing else to do. And then, and Spider-Man kind of suffers from that, like, because it's an open world game after you beat it, like, there's not much to do, like, besides swing and you go and you fight crime. And then you could obviously replay the game, but there's not much to do even outside of Spider-Man. So, as opposed to something like there's the side missions and stuff, but the side missions in Spider-Man feel like kind of dull sometimes. Like they just like I just don't feel like there's enough care and attention that goes into them. Not like Batman. Like the Batman Arkham series, man, some of those side missions and the avenues they take you on, it feels like they could be main level missions themselves.
Yeah,
you know
literally.
what I mean? So, like the Riddler stuff, like could be a whole Batman game within itself.
Me, myself, I haven't even done that yet. I haven't even collected all the trophies yet.
You're tripping. You gotta beat that game.
I need to beat the game. I also need to beat Arkham City as well. I haven't even beat Arkham City.
Like story?
Yeah, story-wise, I haven't even beat Arkham City.
Yeah.
I beat Asylum and Arkham Knight. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gonna get
But
clipped.
those two games are so good. Those two games are really
That's gonna
good.
get clipped. Someone's gonna clown on you for that one.
It's all good.
Those games are great, man. The Batman Arkham
I only
games.
skipped one.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. I guess just play it.
Yeah, I
it's
just
so
need to
good.
play it.
You gotta play it. You gotta beat it. It's a really good game.
Asylum was really fun. I felt like it was really dark at sometimes. Like it was kind of scary a little bit.
Oh, like the atmosphere.
Yeah, I had that type of
mood.
Like that type of mood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that's what they were trying to do. So I think they succeeded with that. They definitely that game is damn near perfect. Like to me.
Especially when you're going in the sewer with
Killer Croc.
And he's just chasing you when you're trying to what's it called?
When you're trying to get Poison Ivy's antidote or whatever, whatever it is to cure the toxin.
And you just have to run away from him, and I felt like that was really scary kind of, to see that, and it was so like you didn't know where he was gonna pop out. Yeah,
dude, I was like 10 or 11 when that came out, and man, what a time. Like it was just one of the coolest things to see that, like that superhero games could be taken that seriously, and and that game, like people who even weren't even superhero fans, like they just avid video game players, just revered that game at that time.
Especially Scarecrow in that game.
Dude, those missions are
those
so
missions
cool.
were sick. Yeah.
That again, that like Batman Arkham, and that's not necessarily a side mission, but because Arkham Asylum doesn't really have a lot of side missions because it's not really an open world game.
Yeah,
it's
really
semi.
Isn't. It's semi, but it really isn't. You're just staying in one place basically.
Yeah, so
there's not really open space to like fly around.
Yeah, you could definitely explore, but it's not really like
it's not much to explore.
No, there is. There's a lot to explore.
You think so?
Yeah, because there's all kinds. There's the sewers. There's There's the different buildings. There's the graveyard. There's the whole, you know what I mean? Like the prison yard. Like, there's a lot to see and explore, but there's not a lot to do besides that. Like, once you do the main missions, then you got the Riddler stuff. And even then, like, it wasn't, like, super developed. Like, you just don't see a lot of villains outside of the main story. And that's okay, because that game really doesn't need it. Like, it's kind of great the way it is.
The one part that tripped me out about this going back on Scarecrow.
Yeah.
When we're walking in the asylum, right?
Yeah.
As Batman,
Yeah.
and then the game just cuts out and it just glitches. It freezes. That made me think when the first time I was playing it, I was like, oh my god, I thought my game was crashing or my Xbox was just turning off and breaking.
Yep.
Like,
so we used to because we're here in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah. We
had that video game shop, and I'm only explaining like for anybody that's watching. We had this video game shop, Game Traders. It was a lot like a GameStop, and I was really like I would go there like every weekend.
Yeah.
And trade in games, buy games, whatever. And I remember when that game came out, I beat it immediately, and then as soon as I beat it, this guy, the owner, while he was the manager, Dave, super cool guy. I would just talk about the Batman Arkham Asylum all the time. But he would tell me that people legit during that specific mission that you brought up, where the Scarecrow, the game glitches, and it kind of like almost like restarts.
Yeah,
well, it does restart.
Yeah, it does.
Like a lot. Apparently, I remember him telling me when it came out that so many people immediately like wouldn't even let the cutscene play out. They would they just ejected the disc and they brought it back and they said they thought it was broken and defective. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So they were trying to.
So they didn't even get to the part where instead it was the bat signal, it was Scarecrow.
So Dave, the manager, would tell. He was like, I had to legit kind of spoil it for people to let people know like the game is not actually broken. Yeah. You just have to let it play out. Yeah. But so many people like fell for it. You know what I mean? So they came back to the game stores like trying to return the game.
Oh wow!
I don't know if that happened. Like if that was like that happened all kinds like around the world. But specifically, I just remember that experience. I let the game play out because there was no way I was returning awesome game. I was like, well, I guess if I got to start over, I got to start over.
Yeah, whatever.
I wasn't really mad like at the time because again, I was so young.
And especially, to be honest, I wasn't really that far into the game. At that part, it wasn't that far. It was kind of in the middle, but
yeah, but like, still, I could see why. Like if you're doing whatever side quest or you're upgrading a bunch or you're exploring a lot. Like if you got a lot of hours put into that,
then obviously I would see like someone get mad. But like,
it's discouraging. Like if you think like, oh my gosh, my whole game has been wiped. Like that does suck. Like,
that does suck.
Because we've been there. Like we know what that's like. You know what I mean? So But that, again, that's all Batman. Like, dude, we could go and talk about that for 2 hours. All those games by itself. Yeah. Going back to Wolverine and kind of just wrapping that up, the Wolverine game just looks phenomenal. I'm really excited. The Sabretooth stuff, I'm extra excited to see where they take that because they kind of, with the trailers that we've seen and the gameplay we've seen, they definitely have like animosity towards each other. But I'm curious where they're gonna take it. Like, are they gonna make it in the direction of like like the movies where they're brothers? Because I've always liked that aspect. I know a lot of people don't dig that. Like they don't like that Sabretooth and Wolverine are brothers in the game.
But they literally in the movies so alike, bro.
No, well, yeah, their power sets are definitely similar. You know what I mean?
Sets are similar.
Yeah, I don't think they look alike necessarily because in the movie, it's at least in X-Men Origins Wolverine, it's explained that they have different dads.
Oh, really?
So I get it. Like they're not gonna look exactly alike, so I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I like the aspect of them being brothers because to me, it just gives them more history with each other and more animosity of why like Sabretooth doesn't like Wolverine or like excuse me. Yes, but like he has so much animosity of why they don't get along and stuff because maybe Sabretooth is super jealous in some kind of way of Wolverine. And you get that like even in other mediums, like whether it's TV show or whether it's some of the comics, you get that from that same kind of feeling from Sabretooth all the time. That he just is jealous of Wolverine and he can never beat him. He can never be on Wolverine's level. Yeah. Especially with the adamantium claws. Like, there's a lot of things that I think Sabretooth is envious of Wolverine, regardless, again, of mediums, whether they're brothers or not. Yeah. So that's why, to me, them being brothers fits that story better because Sabretooth feels like he can never be better than his little brother. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's a real thing that we see in real life all the time. You know what I mean? It's just like people get jealous and envious of like their siblings and stuff.
Of their big bro
or their little brother because maybe they're doing something better than them in some kind of way. Like, I like that aspect of it. That's why I've always been a fan of it because it's like, oh, wow, you know, that is relatable because, and obviously, like, there's no animosity between me and you like that, but there is things where, like, you feel like with your siblings, oh, like, this, you know, someone's going to college and you didn't, or you're not, or you don't plan. It's things
or
like that
someone
where
could do this and you can't.
Yeah, it's relatable because like you kind of have that competitiveness with your siblings. So I like that.
Yeah,
I like that stuff.
I find it fun.
Yeah, I always like that stuff. You always want to like one up one of your siblings or something. It's cool. Like it's not obviously in real life. Like it's not great to be jealous or anything. But in terms of a drama, like in terms of story, I think it's compelling and I think it's really cool. So, yeah, I'm super excited for Wolverine.
One question I have for you.
Yeah.
Do you think Beast will have a cameo in Wolverine the game? Do you think he'll show up?
Another X-Men Beast?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, just because I'm trying to think, like, I know, like, all the X-Men, and I don't know all their history, but I fairly know a decent amount, like, more than the average person, so...
Yeah.
Just because I read...
Yeah, you read so much comics.
Beast is, like, one of my favorite, like, side characters, or in terms of the X-Men. Him and Nightcrawler. And I just always wish, like, especially in other mediums, that they would have more chemistry between each other. And I'm not saying that, like, in the comics, Wolverine and Beast don't have a lot of history between each other. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just feel like in other mediums, like the show, the movies, like, I wish they would be paired up more. So, being that this is a video game and it's not a comic...
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're gonna they don't feel like it's important to have Beast in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love it. I'm hoping he is. I'm hoping I'm wrong. But I just don't think... I don't think they want to put their eggs into too many baskets. Like, I don't think we'll see too many cameos. We might get a lot of mentions, but I don't think there will be, like, a lot of cameos.
I feel like it will... Yeah, same with that. I feel like it'll just mainly focus on Logan's story. Like, on his past life and his current life.
Yeah.
So
I think this is just leading into, like, a grander, like, X-Men game. That's what I'm getting the feeling of.
Yeah, and that would be very dope to see.
Yeah, because Wolverine could carry his own stuff. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Just like Spider-Man. Spider-Man doesn't need to be a part of the Avengers. It's really cool when he is, but he doesn't need it. His character
he's like his own hero. He's his own...
Like Gambit,
story.
Cyclops, like, their characters kind of need the X-Men. Wolverine doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that they can't have compelling stories, and they haven't by themselves, but clearly when we talk about those characters, like, their most popular moments are typically with the team. Or with that book, or with the team book, or the team movie. You know what I mean? Or show, whatever. So, again, I just feel like it's not going to be one of those things that we see a whole lot of, because they probably also just don't want to spoil the X-Men game, assuming that they're doing an X-Men game.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think they will.
Yeah. Honestly.
I think it would be really
so dope.
I think it'd be really stupid not to.
Yeah. Do you think it would be cool if they had an online co-op for X-Men?
Yeah.
Like, if you were able to switch characters and, like, say you want to play as Beast, or say you want to play as Wolverine, Gambit, or...
Well, I think you're going to be able to do that no matter what.
Yeah.
But in terms of an online, I hope they do. I think it would be really foolish not to have online with the next one.
Because imagine you're just your whole group of friends.
That was one of the like things that made me dislike the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Really?
Yeah, because the Guardians game, super badass. Like, awesome story, awesome combat. Like, Square Enix killed it with that one, even though the Avengers game sucked that they put out. The Guardians of the Galaxy
they
game
honestly
was
probably saw
awesome.
Yeah,
but they messed up so badly where that they didn't put in online multiplayer, so you could play. Yeah, because you could only play as Star-Lord, which I'm fine with. I'm like, that's why I don't take too many points away from that game. It's such a good story, Star-Lord's story of, like, him becoming Star-Lord and kind of giving us his origin and stuff. it's so good. I don't mind it all that much, but it does definitely take it down a couple of points. Being the fact that you couldn't play as Rocket, you couldn't play as Groot, you couldn't play as Drax or Nebula. You know what I mean? Or excuse me, not Nebula. Gamora.
Gamora, yeah. Was Nebula in thingy?
I can't remember. I don't think she was.
Oh, she wasn't?
Yeah.
So this was just like the beginning, basically, before Nebula was with them? Or was it more
from what? So it's been a while since as much as I like the game, it's been a while since I played it.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember like Adam Warlock showing up. That was cool. I think Thanos shows up a couple of times, but I think it's more so like a cameo thing. Yeah, it's not like pretty cool. You don't fight him or anything like that.
Although that would be a good game.
That would be cool. But yeah, no, I do hope that they do a second game. Like Square Enix did a really good job.
Of Avengers?
Of Guardians.
Guardians? I feel.
I don't think Square Enix should touch Avengers again, but
really, who do you think should? If there were to be another Avengers game, who do you think should
like what studio?
Yeah, what studio should make it?
I mean, I think it's Insomniac. Like, I think at this point, Insomniac is the only ones. Not the only ones. I shouldn't say that. I think Insomniac is the ones that should be taking on the major players for these video games. Like, and I'm talking like
especially
the Avengers,
just like
X-Men.
Superhero games in general.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing is I don't want to generalize it because there are other really good studios out there.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just like I just think like they're kind of the kings of it right now. Yeah, because like Batman Arkham Knight, and again we're talking strictly superhero video games. Batman Arkham series, they're not around no more. And when they tried to do the Suicide Kills the Justice League, that failed miserably.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like Rocksteady, I don't know what happened there. Like, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know. I would hope that Insomniac just continues to take the helm and improve upon their games and continue to make other stories with other heroes and stuff. Yeah. I would love to see them do like an Iron Man game, like a solo Iron Man game.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. Tony Stark just having his own story.
Yeah, like solo. And then, because obviously we see Avengers Tower in the Spider-Man game. So clearly we know Avengers exist in that universe. I don't think they should jump straight into an Avengers game. But
do you feel that they should have had a cameo? Avengers, like instead of the building, just like one of the characters, like even just Iron Man in general, especially with how many connections Iron Man has to Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Well, in terms of the movies, you mean like the connections he has there? Yeah. I mean, I just think it's like weird because Insomniac's universe clearly establishes in those Spider-Man games alone, not even just Wolverine, that there's a lot of other superheroes. Like, we know Daredevil is one of them. We don't know that Daredevil is a superhero yet, but we do know for sure that Matt Murdock is there. We know for sure that Black Panther is there.
Yeah.
We know for sure that the Avengers are there. And I'm talking core Avengers like, Iron Man, or Captain America. Like, I would assume... I shouldn't say that the for sure word because it's not actually... I don't remember it being confirmed of which specific Avengers are there. But I would assume that we got the core ones, Ant-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor. I would assume those guys are there. Especially... And another one, Doctor Strange. Like, we didn't get a cameo from him, but the portals and stuff, that not side mission, but that mission with Miles in Spider-Man 2 and Black Cat, oh man, I just replayed, I mean, you saw, I was replaying it, and it's such a good mission. It's so cool, like, it's just really cool. So,
speaking on Black Panther, do you feel that, like, that he should have his own solo game himself, T'Challa? Do you feel that?
Yeah,
he should have his own story. I mean,
clearly.
I feel like the movies are really good, especially the storyline in it, especially with his dad, and stuff, visiting his grandfather, and stuff. and just
obviously
in the
afterlife,
movie, in the afterlife where he just murders
There's a
him.
lot of like compelling. Yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I wasn't like giving those faces because I don't think he shouldn't. I was more so trying to think, if I'm remembering correctly, that they're supposed to be doing the Captain America Black Panther game.
Oh, really?
And then I think just recently they were supposed to do a solo Black Panther game, but it got canceled.
Oh, really?
If I remember that
sucks.
correctly. Yeah. So that's why I was making those faces, because I'm like thinking like, oh man, like we were supposed to get that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it ended up happening. I think the Captain America and Black Panther one are supposed to still happen, but I don't know. I remember it getting announced.
Yeah.
Freaking, I don't know. Who knows
Speaking
how long
of
ago.
Black Panther, though, I can't wait for the third one to come out.
Oh, the
Especially,
movie?
I can't wait to see like how his
So
son is gonna like.
So let's again Wolverine. Before we go into the movies, really quick, because I do want to talk about Avengers Doomsday trailer, obviously.
Yeah.
Before we get into move on from this, I want to get your thoughts, like in terms of what suits or what kind of claws, because we know like you're gonna have different customization type of claws. What would you like to see in Wolverine's game in terms of, let's just say, suits to start off using?
Probably like, I like how they added. I think honestly they're probably gonna add that silver one, like how they like the black and silver. You know that one X-Men suit, right?
Are you talking about the armor, the adamantium armor?
Yeah.
Look, the one from the Sabretooth War comic.
Mm-hmm.
I think I showed you some pictures of it. I think I know which one you're referring to.
I would like to see that in that game, and then
that would be
more
really cool.
Just like if you can customize the colors on Wolverine himself, like just a suit. Like say if you don't want it yellow, like let me put on blue, red, green, or whatever, any other colors. Like I feel like they should add that.
Yeah.
And with his claws, he should have like specific gadgets, like how you can upgrade Spider-Man's gadgets and stuff, like his web shooters and stuff, and his spider robots and all that. I feel you should be able to upgrade his claws, so like
and they
maybe
have
they
like
could
different
be like,
abilities.
Yeah, maybe they can be more powerful, more abilities.
One makes you more agile.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree, but I think I legit just heard because I was watching Caboose the other day. I think they confirmed that although there are different styles of claws, I don't think it gives you any different type of abilities. Like if you have like bone claws versus the adamantium claws, I don't think it gives you like different abilities.
Really?
Yeah, that was, according to him, those were demo like games. So who knows? Maybe that'll change. Maybe that, they could be lying to the dude.
Cooking up.
Yeah, because you don't want to spoil everything about your game.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know. I think that could be a really cool idea. I agree. But yeah, do you have any others besides the adamantium suit that you would like to see in the game?
Honestly, not really. I kind of just like. I feel like the colors and the variation on the suit would be nice, and like maybe you could upgrade his armor on when he's wearing his suit, like as a like.
So
in the gadgets,
you want like the adamantium?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I feel like you should upgrade that
story.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that. I think it would be a cool skin, but I don't know if I'd want it like as a story. Because I don't know if you like read that story at all, the Sabretooth War one. The whole reason why he's wearing that armor is because he loses his healing factor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why he has to have the adamantium armor. So it protects him. I don't know if I would want that necessarily. I'm not saying it would be a bad thing, like if you could upgrade armor. I just think like they didn't do that with the suits in Spider-Man. I can't see them doing that with Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But I don't think.
But who knows?
They
could be cooking up anything in the studio.
Yeah. But to be fair, it's only a month out. I feel like we would have heard something about that.
Yeah, probably
something like that. So I agree with the color scheme thing. I hope that at the very least, with Spider-Man 2, all the suits that it gave us, it was even cooler that they had the suit color variations to the majority of those suits. I wish they would have done that with the movie ones, because they didn't do that at all with the movie ones. And I get it, like, they don't want the material to look different in terms of what they're borrowing from. But also, to me, it's like, it's a video game. Like, let at the end of the day, it's supposed to be for fun, so why not? Like, if we want to change the suit colors of a movie version, why not? Like, we should be able to do that. I think it would be cool. And I don't think there's any harm in it. I do agree, though, that I think they should let you pick the colors, because there was a lot of suit variations that I don't use and I would never use during free roam. Like, it just looks so stupid on some of those color variations. They look so funky on some of those Spider-Man suits. I'm like, I never touched them.
Also be a scan without his helmet.
Yeah.
And there's a thing where you could just put on his helmet like how he was in the movie.
Yeah, so good news. Yeah, so good news. Apparently with that I think was confirmed that you can toggle the mask on and off regardless of the suit.
That is cool.
Yeah, so like pretty much any suit that he has, you can have a version with the mask or without. I think they even said that you could do the same thing with the cowboy hat, because you know how he wears the cowboy hat in the game trailer.
Right. You could out the bar.
Yeah. So apparently you could have him without the hat or with the hat. So that's cool. I don't know if there will be an animation to like where he pulls it up. I think that would be cool, though. I think that would be really super badass if you could just like at the click of a button just like pull up the hood.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I don't think they're gonna do that, but I could be wrong. Hopefully they do it.
That would be badass.
It's little details like that. Excuse me. It's little details like that where we could have like Insomniac makes those little the effort to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff's important because it adds to the detail of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I agree. I think they should do that.
One thing, do you think Deadpool will make a cameo in Wolverine?
No, not at all. I don't think at all. Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that, because I think they might go into some of the Weapon X stuff, and we know that Deadpool is part of that Weapon X program. I feel like so maybe
the game he'll have the most cameos in is probably if they do an X-Men game, like. Probably towards the end.
You think Deadpool will have a cameo?
In the X-Men game, if they were to have one. Yeah. I feel like that would be pretty cool to see him. Like, because you know how he is all, like, in the movies, he was trying to join the X-Men and stuff, and he was like...
See, that's a character I think deserves his own solo game again.
Yeah, solo game of Deadpool would be cool, especially with the last one they made. I felt like
in
that
the
was really
style of, like, Insomniac style and the way that they're doing this Wolverine game, I think a Deadpool game like that could be really successful.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of, like, hack and slash games, which the original Deadpool game is. I wasn't a big fan of the gameplay. It was more so the story. All right, so we kind of took a break. We ate a little lunch, and I think you were. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry. Thanks for. You should have told me that before I got on camera. Thanks.
It's all good.
Anyway, it was good. I was eating good. What can I say?
Mexican food.
Yeah. Shout out St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Mexican food. Anyway, so, you know, like I said, we were taking a break, eating a little lunch, but while we were doing so, you said initially that you hadn't watched, like, pretty much any of the Wolverine game trailers.
I was mainly trying to keep it for a surprise.
No doubt.
Just for myself. But I get what you mean, where you're coming from, where we're like, okay, well, I need these details so it could go on the pod, obviously.
I just think it's, you know, for talking point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't mean, like, go and spoil it for yourself. I just mean, like,
it's all good.
In terms of talking points, like, we should know what we're talking about is all. But anyway, that's neither, you know, so we watched it, we checked it out, especially the new one that just dropped at the D23 event. It was a little shorter clip, but one person who I wasn't even expecting to see, and I was pleasantly surprised. One character, I should say, is Lady Deathstrike.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool character. I'm actually super excited. This is gonna, from what it looks like, it's definitely going into the Weapon X stuff. Just seeing like the team that's formed around it. Another little detail that I think, I don't know if it showed in there, but something I wanted to bring up was apparently Mr. Sinister, which is, I forget his real name, but Mr. Sinister is basically like Wolverine's mentor in a way in this game. Yeah, which is interesting because his hate for mutants is like, I feel like obviously this is going to take the game in a direction where it's like a manipulation type of story where Wolverine might be kind of blinded, assuming that they go with that mentor route, because that is apparently from what I heard. Yeah, no, it was really cool seeing Omega Red and stuff, and all that kind of stuff. Like the Sentinel boss fight looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
it looked kind of basic to me in terms of a boss fight. I'm hoping that that's not the only Sentinel boss fight, because it looked like it was just like the top half of the Sentinel, and like you're fighting the arm or whatever, like you're beating up the arm. I think that's kind of typical of like boss fight games. We see it a lot. So I'm hoping that there's another Sentinel fight.
Yeah, I hope there's more to it.
Yeah, I think there will be. I have faith that that won't be the only time we see a Sentinel, because especially there's way more Sentinels.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, in the
we're probably gonna see
the Marvel universe.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a whole gang of them just as a whole.
At least a few, because if this is before the X-Men team, I would assume that well, obviously this is like an origin story somewhat for Insomniac's Wolverine, so I would assume that the Sentinels are gonna be like newer to the universe. They might not be brand new, but in the lore it might be newer. So I think it'll be cool, and I'm hoping that we don't just see the one. Because if that was it, not only does it look kind of underwhelming. I mean, it looks cool, but it also looks underwhelming in terms of the type of boss fight.
Yeah.
But also, like, it would suck if they spoiled it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that was the only Sentinel gameplay. One thing that I noticed, because we were talking about X-Men Origins a little bit.
Yeah.
The gameplay footage, which I had not seen, I think this was from not D23, but like last week or something, when they started rolling out the demos and stuff. It looked like it was almost the same kind of opening as X-Men Origins Wolverine. And I noticed people were talking about that in the comments that we were looking at. Yeah. And I totally, like, when we were watching the trailer, I got the same vibe where he's jumping out of the helicopter and, landing, and then immediately you go into combat, you know what I mean? So it looks like almost like how Soldier Boy would say bar for bar, the same thing. So that could be really cool and interesting. That I was just talking about borrowing from those old games. It definitely looks like that's where Insomniac is headed. So because I was even telling you about the launch pad thing.
Yeah,
like,
and I like the leaping.
The closing the gap.
Especially when he jumps from the truck to the other truck. Yeah. That's so dope to me.
Yeah. That.
And I like how he does a little 360 move with
the tornado claw.
Yeah.
That's what I was speaking to you about. That's why I was saying, like, that looked straight out of the X-Men Origins game. So
that's really dope.
Yeah. We were talking about, prior to getting cut off, we were talking about like some of the suits and stuff, and I know you mentioned like the adamantium suit. What about, because we're getting different style of claws. What kind of claws would you like to see? Like, are there any that pop out in your mind? Like, when you look at Wolverine's claws, like there's a specific style that you like?
Probably like maybe one like, because you know how they're super long.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some of them should be a little, like, bit smaller, but not too small.
You mean like the pointier, like...
Yeah.
Like, do you think you're saying they're too pointy? Or because some of them are like skinny,
Yeah,
and long. The other ones are kind of like
I like when they're
they have more
thick.
of like a knife, actual
yeah,
knife.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that type of claws like that.
Yeah,
and I
so
would like
kind
to
of
see
like
that
the movie
like,
ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like that it looks to me more like the movie claws.
Really?
Than it does anything else.
Mm.
Did you think otherwise?
Kind of. I think it kind of looks similar to it, but not really. I feel like they should have added a little bit more detail to it from the movies, but...
What, the claws?
Yeah.
In what way?
Like, just like, what's it called? The, like, expansion of them, of how they get super long, and, like, you know how, like, sometimes they're short, sometimes they're long, or, like, sometimes... the blade is thicker.
Right, but
sometimes the blade is skinnier.
Yeah, right. But we're discussing like styles.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they're gonna have different styles. That's why I'm asking. Like, is there a particular style that you're looking for? And from what it sounds like, you're looking like you want them like a little bit shorter.
Yeah, for a little bit. But I do like the part where they do expand in the game, where you're doing the tornado claws and they just turn like kind of big. You know what I mean? Like when you're hitting the enemies.
Well, that's more of an that's more of an effect.
Yeah.
That's not his actual claw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just an effect. It's not his actual claw like getting bigger or anything like that. So, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I hope that they do. I think it was confirmed, but I could be wrong. I hope they do the bone claws just to have that extra customization option.
I hope like when they make the customizations, I hope you can put like dirt or blood on them, or
that would be cool. Like blood on the you
claws.
Mean like as a permanent kind of style?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
like
could be cool.
Instead of there just being like just plain, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like some
like
details.
They don't
them.
just wipe off. That would be cool, like blood, like a blood style.
Yeah,
claw.
Exactly.
Mine would probably be like the fire ones that we see from Wolverine. It's a mix between Ghost Rider and Wolverine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cool. And he has the claws, but they're just all on fire.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be sweet to see.
And then what if the enemy gets on fire?
And that that kind of goes in terms of my picks for like the suits. I would love to see a Wolverine suit, just because again, I'm not sure if you've seen that suit, but it's basically the brown and yellow suit, but he has Ghost Rider's head, and
I do like the brown and yellow suit.
Yeah, instead of the fire coming straight out of like the top of the head, like Ghost Rider, it's coming out of his like eyes and the side of his head. So you know how his hair has those like spikes that go out? It kind of forms that shape.
Oh,
the
really?
fire. Yeah, and
That's
it looks
cool.
really cool. So I hope that we get that suit. My other one would be X-Men Evolution. The orange and black suit. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. Oh my goodness. It was a cartoon, X-Men Evolution, when I was younger. Oh man, it's such a cool show, and that Wolverine is really cool. And it kind of, I think it could really fit in this game. I think it would be a missed opportunity if it wasn't in here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, although I would like it to be, I think it would be cool to have a style of, how they do the actual like cartoon style like they did with Into the Spider-Verse stuff.
I think that would be cool to see as one of the suits.
Yeah, specifically for that one, because it was a cartoon. It would be cool to see that in that style. But also, if they wanted to just give us straight up like that suit style, but in a more realistic fashion, I would be a really interesting take to see how they would make that suit work. Because it's legit it's like the brown and yellow suit, but it's just orange and black instead. Yeah. And it's really cool.
Another thing I like about the game is how you can team kill with Sabretooth. I like how, like we were just watching, where Wolverine was holding the enemy, and then Sabretooth came to
slicing him up. The Reaver, I think it was. I agree.
I love really the double team.
My concern with that, I don't think you're right that there will be sections of that because we saw that with Jean Grey. The only thing is that trailer looked more like a cinematic in that moment that you're speaking of with him and Sabretooth, as opposed to where him and Jean Grey, it's like actual gameplay footage. So I'm hoping you're right, and
Hopefully
we
I'm
get
right.
the Sabretooth and Wolverine.
They didn't they kind of do that with Spider-Man though, where like.
Yeah, with him and Miles.
Yeah, with him and Miles, obviously.
I'm
pretty sure.
I think it'll be in there.
Yeah.
It would be really disappointing that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm almost positive you're gonna be right. Like, I'm sure. I'm like 99% sure you're right in that. So yeah, man, that game looks awesome.
Yeah.
I really can't wait for it to come out. I mean, there, it's, to me, it definitely looks like a Game of the Year contender, and there's been some really awesome games this year. So I'm definitely excited to see where it goes from here. So yeah, so we definitely have established that Fantastic Four has a history with Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic Sue. So, and they're alluding that he lost someone. It looks like, he's kind of like hanging on to that mural or portrait.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his wife and kid, I'm assuming. I know there's a lot of talk between that, and I think in the comics it's like his mom. But I've heard rumors that they're going to change it to his wife.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, to me, I think it'll mean more, like, if it's his wife and kid. In terms of, like, what can drive someone crazy, losing a wife and kid.
Yeah, of course.
I would think cuts deeper than losing a mom, depending on the situation, of course, but I think it's good character motivation for him. Yeah, and then we go through it, we see the X-Men again. Magneto looks hella old.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, you saw he looks hella old. Yeah. I think it's time to hang it up for me personally. I think it's Ian McKellen. He was good Magneto when I was a kid and stuff, but I think it's time to let it go, hang it up. I'm hoping this is. I'm assuming it is because
it's probably going to be his last.
I'm assuming it is too because at D23 they also announced the X-Men cast. So yeah, I'm just like I didn't think it was necessary to bring him back. Maybe like because there's just stories like where
maybe
he's not
even
involved.
like a cameo would have been fine, but
well,
like a little
I don't
short
doubt
scene.
I
don't think he should like really
be in it. Like,
I
don't know. I don't think he will. I think
it
will just. I think him and Professor X are gonna just be not cameos, but they're gonna be like really pushed to the side. Like I don't think they're gonna be major players in that story at all. So we'll see. I could be wrong. It is Professor X's X-Men, but I just think that like there's gonna be too much going on for them to have major roles. Because this isn't an X-Men movie at the end of the day. Even though X-Men are in it, it is still Avengers. So, yeah. I'm excited. What do you think about the team lineup so far of who we have in the movie? Like the X-Men, the Avengers. Are you disappointed that someone's in it or not in it? You know what I mean?
I think it's pretty cool to see all of them. I'm just wondering, is Falcon, the new Captain America, is he gonna be in it?
He's still Captain America.
Is he?
He's in it. He's in it. Yeah. I'm wondering what they're gonna because I'm sure you're referring to because Chris Evans is coming back.
Mm-hmm. I don't really have any concern with any of the characters like not being in it. Like I'm fine with Spider-Man not being in it. Like you know what I mean? Because like, he already had his movie this year. You know what I mean? He already had his story this year.
Yeah, and he's been in the last. He's been plenty.
He's been in the last two. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he has been a part of the MCU quite a bit. So I get that. Like it's not necessary.
Yeah, it's not totally necessary. Yeah. I mean, a cameo would be nice, of course. It's always sick to see Spider-Man work with the Avengers.
I just don't want to say that because I'm such a big Spider-Man fan. Yeah. I don't necessarily agree. I think the Avengers work best with Spider-Man. But I don't think they need him.
Yeah, they don't need him
about that.
That desperately.
Yeah,
like that. You know
they don't
I mean?
need Spider-Man, in the same way that Spider-Man doesn't need the Avengers.
Because Spider-Man is kind of like his own hero. Like he's his own like.
You associate Spider-Man alone typically. You don't.
Yeah,
associate
exactly.
him with the team.
Yeah, you don't see Spider. A lot of people don't see Spider-Man with the Avengers that much.
Yeah, when you think Avengers,
solo,
you think Captain America, or you think
exactly.
Captain America,
Yeah, you think
you
Hulk,
think Avengers,
Thor, obviously.
Yeah,
people
the
like
core
that.
members. Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt. Yeah, it's definitely not.
It's not a must need. It's just like it would be cool, but it's not a must need.
What did you think about Doom rising up with those Sentinels? Or,
that was
him causing the Sentinels.
That was so badass, and especially the scene with Thor as well. I didn't know he could stop the lightning like that, and he stopped it with like just one hand,
two fingers,
or two fingers. Yeah, exactly.
That was sweet.
Like damn, he's the god of the lightning. Like
God of Thunder.
God of Thunder. Excuse me. But like damn, bro, and Thor is hella powerful. He killed Thanos himself.
Yeah. Well, he killed a depowered.
Yeah,
Thanos.
Depowered Thanos.
Well,
but he could have killed Thanos if he wanted to.
If had he aimed for the head.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that that is interesting that you bring that up, because Thanos in Infinity War. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Thanos in Infinity
killed
War. Freaking had all 6 Infinity Stones, and when Thor threw that Stormbreaker at him, it was able to fight through all 6 Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
So that tells you how powerful that axe is.
That axe is really
let
powerful.
alone without Thor wielding it. And the fact that Thanos wasn't able to stop it, even though he got the drop on Thor and he was able to snap still, Thor had the potential of killing him at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And that is very interesting that Doom is going to be, from the looks of it, this powerful, where he's able to just stop Stormbreaker with 2 fingers.
That was crazy, yeah.
It really makes me kind of concerned, though, of like, is Doom too OP?
Yeah, he might be too overpowered. Because he can stop, if he can stop that, he could beat literally all the Avengers if he wanted to.
I don't, even if, like, because I know there will be some argument of like, oh, well, they still have Captain Marvel and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But like, if your biggest guy
Captain
Thor
Marvel,
is not putting a dent in it, how is anyone else?
Even with Captain Marvel, when I was rewatching Endgame,
yeah,
Thanos was still kind of whipping her ass as well. Like,
well,
she's powerful, yes.
Not really. Thanos gets his ass whipped by Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
The only reason, again, why she gets the drop, or he gets a drop on her, he outsmarts her.
Yeah, sure.
But that to me has more to do with like Thanos is like kind of like a combat veteran, because he's he raids all these planets and stuff. As opposed to Captain Marvel, who at that point in Endgame, she's not new, but I'm assuming she's not as old as Thanos.
Yeah, she is.
So in that moment, to me, it wasn't like Thanos was more powerful than her. It was more so that he just outsmarted her.
I feel like they had like almost the same power almost.
Who?
Like Captain Marvel and Thanos. I feel like they have that same strength, because if you've seen like she took that headbutt from Thanos. She literally like that big ass headbutt. Especially when he does that to everyone else, they get fucking knocked out.
And I don't think you're far off with that, because at first I was in my mind, I was like, well, I don't know, Captain Marvel like was really giving it to him, but at the same time, Infinity War, Thanos like straight up whooped the Hulk. And it wasn't even like
it was even like
is that due to poor writing, because we saw how they did the Hulk in those couple of movies.
They kind of did the Hulk
dirty. But on the same token, is Thanos just that strong? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, he might be. You know what I mean? Strong, So, I don't know. That is an interesting question in terms of Doctor Doom's power level. I just can't foresee, like, if you're already showing that in the trailer, like, Thor is the god of thunder. Even if you had an Omega level mutant like Storm, the goddess of lightning, or the goddess of the weather, whatever her monarch is, her nickname. I would imagine Thor and her are pretty close in the same power level. I'm not saying that they can't gang up on Doom, but like if he's taking out Thor that easily
with
one-on-one, with two fingers, like what's it gonna be like? Even if they all team up on him, you know what
exactly.
I mean? So I'm kind of concerned with that aspect of it, because Thanos was already really strong without the gauntlet.
Even without his team, he was still strong as hell.
Yeah, because he was, I mean, he had the Infinity Stones when he was fighting, Iron Man and Spider-Man and all that in Infinity War.
He had like 2. I think he had the...
It was like 2.
I think
I think he had 5.
He did? I thought it was only at first it was the Time Stone. And
no, he didn't have the Time Stone yet. That's the one he's after. So he had 4.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because he went to go get the Time Stone from Loki, right?
No, from Doctor Strange had the Time
Stone.
Doctor
Strange, sorry.
That's why they're there, because Doctor Strange is trying to protect the Time Stone.
Oh, yeah, and then Doctor Strange gave it up.
But it was the only future...
Iron Man could have died.
No, but remember, the whole point of that is Doctor Strange couldn't tell them what would happen, because if he did, it wouldn't happen. They would try to avoid it, and they would lose. According to Doctor Strange. I mean, who knows how true that is.
Yeah, sure. That would have been horrible to see. Imagine if the Avengers just all lost again.
Well, in Endgame?
Yeah. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be kind of a crazy plot twist, and then
like they lost anyway. Yeah.
They lost anyways, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, but, Avengers Doomsday looks awesome. It definitely looks like a make or break point for Marvel. But we'll see. Yeah. We shall see what happens with them. We shall see where it goes for them. I think it's going to be a success in terms of box office no matter what.
Of course, yeah. It's probably going to beat Spider-Man, no doubt.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're already selling out, though. So,
yeah, but so did
day
Spider-Man.
one.
Spider-Man was selling tickets like crazy. So.
Yeah, they were.
But no, you're right. I don't think you're far off. I think it's probably either, if it doesn't beat it, it'll definitely be really close.
It'll be really close.
Yeah, or it'll probably even tie with Spider-Man.
Do you think the Punisher will show up in Doomsday?
Oh, yeah. You were asking me about that off camera. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because he's way underpowered. I mean, he couldn't, not like that. He gave Hulk kind of a little bit of, he outsmarted the Hulk in a couple of those scenes in Brand New Day. But I don't think...
You don't think he'll show up to fight Doom?
No, because I think Dr. Doom would just, immediately just kill him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a threat. If he would even bother to kill him, it would be probably one of those things where he just laughs. I can't imagine that would be a threat for Dr. Doom at all.
Yeah,
so
probably not.
No, I don't think Frank Castle's Punisher is going to show up. No, I really don't. To wrap up the Avengers thing, I think it looks great. I think it looks awesome.
I think it's going to be a great movie.
It's going to be a really good movie.
And I
think it's going to be better
than Endgame?
Or any
Infinity
of the other Avengers. Do you think it'll be the best Avengers movie?
I think it has its potential, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
With how much powerful technology has gotten.
Yeah.
I think it's going to beat Avengers, the Avengers.
The only reason I don't think it will...
Why?
Is because they don't have that original team. I don't think it will be a better movie.
That's also true.
I don't think it's not because of... It's not because I'm trying to be biased or be one of those guys that hangs on to the old team. I don't mind moving on. It's just I don't feel like the superheroes and the characters that we've seen after Endgame, in terms of writing, in terms of quality, I don't think they've been written as well as those are OG characters like Captain. I think that's why they're bringing back Captain America and Thor.
Yeah.
But especially we don't have Iron Man is such a pivotal part of those original Avengers movies. If that first Iron Man didn't succeed or that character, the way Robert Downey Jr. played him, if it wasn't as good as it was, I don't think Avengers would have been as successful as it was.
Yeah.
I think he holds a really big stake in that.
Yeah, of course.
As opposed to here in Doomsday, I just don't feel like there's not one character that's been written, and again, I'm talking about after the events of Endgame. I don't think like there's one character that's been written as well as Tony Stark was.
Yeah.
Besides Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but then again, I don't think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is showing up for this movie.
Yeah.
So that kind of concerns me. And I get it, like you're bringing back Thor and Captain America, but one, Captain America's story pretty much ended. It did end after Endgame. And then Thor, we saw what happened with like Love and Thunder and stuff. And to me, those were just weak. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just think like, I think it's time for like, that's what concerns me is there's no, like when we had Avengers Infinity War, man, that dialogue and the way it's written between Tony Stark and Thanos, awesome. It's super awesome. And they don't even have no history between each other. So, I don't feel like there's a character that's going to be as well written as, like, Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a superhero right now in Endgame that's going to have that same level of writing that
Yeah, of course.
that Robert Downey Jr. is bringing to Doctor Doom. Because Doctor Doom looks awesome. He sounds awesome. He looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer makes him look super badass like they did with Thanos. But again, like, they had Iron Man.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm not saying, like, you need Iron Man right now.
Yeah,
what I'm
of
saying
course.
is you need someone as well written as
well
Iron
written,
Man.
as well smart, because Iron Man was really smart.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm not concerned about someone in terms of the intelligence part, because they're gonna have Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I guess that, like, if I was putting my money for someone to match like Robert Downey Jr.'s like character portrayal and stuff like that, like Pedro Pascal, I think is a really strong candidate. And then the fact that, you know, we're getting Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Doom in the same story, that's really cool. But I feel like that could have been done in like a Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. Moving back to Spider-Man, Brand New Day. On Tom Holland. My thing is, what's gonna happen with Venom? Like, when are we ever gonna see Venom go against Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
So I think okay. So to kind of like answer your question, obviously I don't have no concrete proof. I don't work there.
Yeah, of course.
So in the books, in the comics, I should say, Spider-Man goes to Battle World, where he's introduced to the alien symbiote that would later become Venom. I think because we're definitely getting Secret Wars, which Secret Wars setting takes place on Battle World. I think we're finally going to get Tom Holland's symbiote era. Like, we're going to see that. I think he's definitely getting the suit there.
Because in the movie,
and I think we'll see
with
the next
Brand New
Spider-Man
Day, when his eyes turned black, it reminded me of like kind of the symbiote of like.
His eyes.
Yeah, of his eyes, like.
I saw that theory. I saw someone theorizing
he was holding his head, and like whenever he you know how
he
the
heard
hears noises, and then it's like all going crazy.
It was sensitive.
Yeah, it's so sensitive to the
noises.
Yeah,
I heard a theory about that it wasn't really. It's not really like Tom's powers evolving. It's secretly the symbiote.
Yeah.
The only thing with that, as cool as that theory is, I just felt like if that was the case, then we should have saw something in that movie regarding that.
I felt like we
just
should have
a little cameo.
Only because
he
was super aggressive too.
Yeah, but remember No Way Home No Way Home, they kind of canceled out that symbiote cameo, which sucks.
Yeah, that did suck.
It would have been really cool to see, even though I'm not a huge fan of Tom Hardy's Venom, I think it would have still been cool to see a crossover between that Venom and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I think that they might be doing the right thing, though, too, because I think we're definitely going to see an origin story, like a proper origin story of how the symbiote came to be with Peter, how it's going to affect him. I think that's where they're headed.
It would be so badass to see Carnage.
Yeah, and I think that's where they're headed. Not Carnage necessarily, but I think for his next movie, Tom Holland Spider-Man, I think we'll see the symbiote in that movie for sure. Yeah.
Do you think Venom will make a cameo in Doomsday? Like towards the end, or like even with Spider-Man? No.
I think Spider-Man will.
Like where they go to the.
I think Spider-Man's definitely. If Tobey's not in it, I think Spider-Man's definitely getting some kind of cameo. But I don't believe at all that we're gonna see Venom yet. I think
you don't think so?
No,
because you think they're gonna wait.
Yeah, because I think they really want to set up the whole Tom gets the symbiote first. Remember, the symbiote attached to Spider-Man first before it ever became with Eddie Brock and Venom.
Yeah.
So I think they're really going to stick to that because we've seen the Venom thing a few times now. I think they're really going to stick to that, and we're going to get, the proper symbiote story in live action.
And I'm really pumped for that story.
Me too. It's cool. It's really cool. I love the Venom stuff. I think a lot of people, would agree. So yeah, man, it looks really cool. Yeah. I mean, what else can you say about Avengers?
Yeah,
it's gonna break records and it's gonna do big things, and I think it has the potential to be great. Like I said, that's my only real, I guess, concern is how is it going to be with no, strong leader. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel like that leader is there. I feel like Captain America, even though he's coming back, he's gonna take a side seat.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's gonna be.
From the way the trailer's making it seems like Thor is the main leader, and
Thor's gonna lead,
I don't mind, but on the same token, it wouldn't be my first choice to make him the leader. But then again,
who do you think would be your first choice
in terms of a leader?
Yeah.
Like who I would have in that position? I don't know, because like I said, I don't think there's been a character that's been a well-written character as good as like Iron Man was to foil, Thanos. I don't think there's been one since then. I'm not saying there's not good. Don't get me wrong. If I had to pick, it would be Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But aside from that, I mean, yeah, Thor is the obvious candidate. But even then, like I said, Thor's last movie was not great. So I really don't care for any of the Thor movies. I only really liked him in
the Avengers.
Me
too. Personally, me too. The Ragnarok one is really good though. I enjoyed that one.
I enjoy it. I just don't. I know everybody praises that one like it's one of the best MCU movies.
I don't think it is. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
With the Hulk in it, especially, I like that, and it was pretty funny. Yeah. But I don't think it was one of the best MCU movies. I think they're going.
I think people way overhyped.
Yeah, exactly.
One. Me personally, that's why I'm not big on it because I just think it's overblown. But yeah, that's me. It is what it is.
How he gets hit and then his suit regenerates back to normal.
Okay. That's right. I was gonna ask you that too. Okay. So, how do I feel about it? I don't mind it. I don't mind that the suit regenerates. What I mind is that from the looks of it, as you saw, clearly it's like some kind of mini game where he's about to die and you have to press, square or whatever, and it seems like a last chance, like God of War, how you could take those healing stones or whatever when you die and it revives you. It looks like that, but obviously his healing factor takes over. I don't mind him healing, and I don't mind the suit regenerating, but like in X-Men Origins Wolverine and Deadpool, when they took all that damage, the suits would typically heal back. Yeah. Would regenerate while Wolverine was healing, but it took a while. So in X-Men Origins Wolverine, he would regenerate his skin or whatever he was torn up, and then the clothes would slowly regenerate. I don't mind that, but what I mind is it's like, it looks like it immediately
it looks
regenerates.
instantly.
And it, like, kind of takes you out of the moment, because it's like, well, it doesn't even look like he was dying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
or it doesn't look like he was in a battle or anything.
And that makes
I would like if they at least kept the blood on his suit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it regenerated back, if he got like
tears,
tears, wears and tears and stuff.
See, that's my thing, is like, does that mean we're not getting any kind of battle damage on the suit? Because
that's what I'm saying.
it looks like in the cutscene, you know, when he's saving the kid, he has the rips in the suit.
Yeah, he has the rips in that scene, and and then once you go out of that cutscene, it comes back, and I'm like,
yeah, it looks weird.
It's kind of funky and weird a little bit.
I agree. I don't think it's going to be like a huge deal breaker, but I also think it's something that Insomniac should fix.
They should update it and
fix it.
Yeah,
I mean, do it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Month,
you still got a month.
Do it now. I mean, I don't know, or do what you're saying. At least patch it. Excuse me. And
patch it up. At least add some blood.
Do an update for sure.
Yeah, add some battle to him, because it doesn't look like as soon as he regenerates back to his suit, it just looks like he didn't have a battle at all.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like nothing.
I agree, and especially Wolverine being the character that he is, always getting into fights.
Yeah,
always the battle damage he takes. I agree. He should have that suit. Needs to show wear and tear.
Even like little bullet holes,
or even if it looks dirt. Even if, like you said, like it's fully repaired, but it just looks like dirtier, maybe with semi scrapes and cuts. Like it doesn't have to be like the whole shirt is missing.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, parts of it should be torn up a little bit throughout the story,
in a big battle,
throughout the mission.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if it resets after every mission, that's fine. Like whatever, because even Spider-Man's does that. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it should. I think that's something that if it's not going to be in the game, then it definitely needs to be have an update. And they could do that too. They have the day one patches or whatever, so do that. That's one thing I heard about the game recently is actually really interesting. You know, this is one of the last like hoorahs for physical PlayStation games. Apparently, you're going to be able to just pop this game in to your PlayStation, the physical disc, of course, and play it right away without having to download anything, including updates. Yeah,
that is really cool.
If you like put your PlayStation in offline mode, you could just straight up it won't download nothing.
Oh, that's dope.
That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. I didn't read that from like Insomniac. I just heard that that's one of the things going around.
Speaking of
so
physical,
that's kind of cool.
That's another thing as well with another topic. Xbox. I like that. Hopefully that's true. That physical to digital, like how you insert the disc and then it automatically just goes onto it, and you don't have to ever use the disc again. I like that.
I do like that. I think it still encourages not to use physical disc, which to me is like not the point of that. But on the same token, they're not. From what it sounds like, is they're not going to punish you for not having it. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have the physical disc. Yeah. So that is cool. And I do agree.
Like even if you lose the disc or if you...
like it's really cool. And you know,
has its benefits.
I've showed you that I was excited about it. It does sound cool. It just... That's my only concern is I think the whole point of... I think the people that are fighting back against this, the whole non-physical and digital games, is that the point is to have a physical game and be able to pop it in. To me, this just kind of sounds like it's encouraging. Hey, you could have the disc, but it's not like you never need it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's what it kind of sounds like to me. But, you know, apparently the discs are locked, though, so that is something. Like, it's going to read the disc in a certain type of way, and once it scans it digitally, like, I can't take that game, even though it'll be there digitally, I can't take that game and put it into your console, and it'll start working. Apparently, it's going to say, hey, this disc belongs to another. Really? Yeah, so, because think about it, because then everybody would just get free games.
That's true.
Like, everyone everywhere would just get a free game. Like, you would never have to buy, really, another game.
Yeah.
If they were
That's
able
probably
to
why
do
they
that.
can't do that.
Yeah, and that makes sense, and I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying, like I said, it's cool. It just still sounds like it's kind of encouraging. Or not even encouraging, but maybe just slapping a Band-Aid on the whole
physical
versus digital thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I could be totally wrong, and it could be the best feature ever, and I love it.
Me personally, I think they should keep the physical.
Like, I do too. I mean, I think it's
like
having an option is always a good thing.
And physical is always just.
I think this
the best.
To be honest with you, I think
play on it, especially.
To be honest with you, I think this is all just testing the waters. I think PlayStation will end up going back on its own word, and I think they'll end up I think they'll end up at some point keeping physical, even coming back to it. You know what I mean? Like, even if they test the waters where some games came out physically, I think they'll eventually come back to physical. I think it's kind of like I don't want to say a facade, but kind of like a trend. And, trends die. So, the trends, or I shouldn't say trends die, but trends come and go sometimes. And that is, I think, a trend that's going to come and go, like the whole digital thing. I could be totally wrong, but, this is not the first time that we've heard about, someone's going to all digital. Because when the Xbox One came out, that was the big contention with the Xbox One, was they were going to do all digital games. They weren't trying to do physical anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so... But that died. That died out because nobody wanted that.
Yeah, no one liked it.
No one liked it. And I don't think it ever got to the point where they ended up doing it, but they got so much terrible feedback on it that they ended up just canceling that idea.
Yeah, they just scrapped the whole idea.
So I think that'll be the same case with...
They'll probably just scrap it, especially with everyone. Like, it's almost everyone saying, like, hey, no, we don't want this to be forever digital. Like, hey, what if like, for example, the Wolverine game, the cover art, that's badass. You want to own that on physical. You want to be able to play that.
That's why, for me, like, because we're brothers, we typically game share, so we could go half on a game. And
of course.
It is a cheaper alternative, and I do like that. Like, I enjoy that. That's cool, like, that's even an option. But my thing of it is, like, it's not worth sacrificing the physical games for.
Yeah, of course. I get what you mean.
I'd rather just pay for the separate copies if we really had to.
That's the only thing that sucks.
Not that is in question. I'm just saying, like, that does suck that we're doing that. That PlayStation is still, like, trying to do that and putting their head down and being like, no, we're gonna do this. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully it doesn't come to that, but who knows. So we're gonna try a new little segment here. It's the agree or disagree is what it's called. It's really popular. A lot of other podcasters do it. A lot of other people do it. And we have some interesting ones that me and my brother came up with. And I wanted to ask you first, Lalo. Agree or disagree? Spider-Man Brand New Day is the best Spider-Man film to date. 3, 2, 1. Disagree. Okay, so you disagree. We're both on that same we both have the same answer. So why do you disagree? Let me hear.
I disagree mainly because I feel that there's a lot of other good Spider-Man movies. It's not just this one. Like, this one was really great, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many other ones, like No Way Home. I love that they brought back Tobey and Andrew. Okay. That gave me a bunch of nostalgic, obviously, from the original films and the Spider-Man 1, 2, Amazing Spider-Man Part 2, like all the villains coming back. That, in my opinion, might be the best Spider-Man for me, honestly.
Okay.
So, but it's a good movie, don't get me wrong.
Does it rank in, like, your top 5 or 3 Spider-Man films?
It ranks in my top 5.
Okay.
So my top 5. Yeah, if you want to hear,
because I gave mine on the last podcast. I'm interested to hear yours.
Okay, my number 5 would have to be Brand New Day.
Okay, so it would sit at the bottom. It's
at the bottom. Yes.
Okay, so what comes after it?
The 4th one would have to be Spider-Man Homecoming. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that movie. That was really good.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
I wouldn't... Yeah,
especially with Scorpion being in it and just overall, the plot twist in it.
Well, Scorpion's more not really Scorpion though.
Yeah, he's not really Scorpion in it, but he did make a couple of cameos, especially when they're in the prison and he's talking to
Vulture.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I like that part they added to it, that little detail they added to it, right?
Right.
My third one would probably have to be Spider-Man 2. Reason being is because, like, I love Spider-Man, but the part 2, and I just love the story on it. I love how Dr. Octavius is in it, and I love how he has that type of villain mentality. Like, he's an evil ass villain, but he's also cool with it, but he's also not cool. Like, he's kind of bipolar towards Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But, like, I find it really cool. I love the scenes in it. I love the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Spider-Man suit, badass in that, obviously.
Okay.
And
then, to me, that's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best one, best suit and everything. But, okay, and then what are your last two?
My second one would be Far From Home.
Okay.
Far From Home.
Wait, Far From Home, the one with Mysterio?
Yeah.
You rank it that high?
I love that movie.
Okay.
That movie's really good. Reason being is because I love the drones. I love the plot twist in it. Yeah. I love how...
Well, yeah, because you really... I know you don't read a whole lot of comics, so Mysterio was a big plot twist for you?
Yeah, Mysterio was a really big plot twist for me.
Okay.
Especially when he reveals that that's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And just the drones and everything. Him seeing Tony Stark come out from the grave when...
there's a lot of cool scenes.
There's a lot of cool scenes in that. And then him seeing Nick Fury, but it's actually not Nick Fury. It's Mysterio.
Yeah, that was
And then,
scene.
like...
He was cold in that movie.
Mysterio he was really cold in that movie, yeah. Especially when he takes the Tony Stark... the Stark Industry glasses.
Yeah, the Edith.
Edith that he gave him, and he's controlling it too as well.
Yeah.
And Edith goes against Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's really cool to me. And
it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Do you rank that up high? Okay.
Yeah.
So
especially when they're on their field trip and all that stuff is happening.
Yeah. There's a lot of good moments in that movie. Yeah. That's a really good movie. Yeah.
My number one though.
It definitely makes me like. I'm like, man, did I put it too low? Because there's a lot of good stuff.
There's a lot of good scenes.
Okay, you're a Far From Home defender. That's interesting. Okay.
It's a really good movie.
All right,
my first one, Spider-Man, the first one.
The
original Spider-Man, yeah.
Okay.
So that would have to be my number one.
Are these really quick? Are these live action? You're just considering, like, are you not...
These are just live action.
Okay, so
if I'm putting in Spider-Verse, then I'm probably going to have to put that on my top 3.
Okay,
Not going to lie to you.
then let's stick to the live action.
Yeah. So, I'm just doing live action for now.
Okay, so Spider-Man, which one did you say is
the first one, original.
So Tobey's Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, 2002, I think.
Yeah.
That one's really good. I love
Way before your time.
Yeah, obviously, but...
It's such a good
you
movie.
Put me onto it. Dad put me onto it.
Yeah.
You know. And
I mean,
it was and when we rewatched it in the theater, remember when it came out and it was hype. Yeah, it was badass to see again in theaters, especially rather than a TV screen. You know what I mean?
You make your big brother proud with that answer.
Exactly.
No, yeah. For sure.
The fight scenes, the comedy in it, it's hilarious. It's just so much.
It's like the perfect
all in
Spider-Man
one. It's
story.
just the perfect. Like it's just so good.
It's really good.
It's it's a classic. You can never get tired of it. Like you can never get tired of watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I get what you're saying. It's a total classic. For me, Spider-Man 2, takes
of course
spot. I just think they just improved on a lot of things. I agree. I think. Like, I do see that point.
I love the whole Harry Osborn stuff and Green Goblin, obviously.
Yeah.
I love that. I love how he kills him with his own, what's it called?
Why he kills himself with that
glider. He kills himself,
Yeah.
But I love how...
he didn't
he didn't kill him.
He was trying to kill Spider-Man with that glider.
I like how Spider-Man dodged it. And I love how his spider sense is, like, so... like
prevalent and strong.
It's so strong, and that's what we've seen from the newer one.
Yeah, he does. He does.
It seems more stronger of his spider sense. Like
yeah, because after those Toby movies, the spider sense thing is really, besides Far From Home, because they touched on it a lot. Like we didn't really see it in Civil War. We don't really see it in Homecoming. We saw it in Infinity War when he's on the bus, but even then it was like, like it was very brief. And then Endgame, we really didn't see it. Far From Home was the movie where, like, we heard about, they call it the Peter tingle. And yeah, no, I agree. And then even like No Way Home, like it came in handy when he was detecting that Norman was still evil. But no, yeah, I agree. Like, it's really something that Toby Spider-Man in that, especially that first one, he uses like a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's really cool. I agree, man. It's an interesting top 5. I definitely like the Far From Home and the Homecoming thing is where kind of like I'm not gonna say I disagree because I love all those movies, but it is something I didn't personally put up there, but it definitely raises like interesting questions and it makes me like reconsider because I'm like, oh well, maybe I got to go back and rewatch those.
Far From Home is badass. Home.
So you think it's slept on?
Far From Home is very slept on.
Okay.
Honestly,
that's
in my
interesting.
Opinion. Yeah.
I think Thalia, because our sister Thalia, she would. I think she said she liked the second one better too.
Yeah, the second one.
So that's interesting.
There was so much plot twist, so much good combat.
I think
fighting.
That movie, for someone that doesn't know much about the books or anything, it's especially that plot twist. I could see why someone who doesn't keep up like the way that I might or other avid comic book fans do, they would and really enjoy that movie more so maybe than them. You know what I mean? So I get that because I love a good plot twist myself. And even when I was watching it, it's still like, obviously, like me, I knew Mysterio was going to be a bad guy, but on that same token, I was like, oh wow, you'd never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you never know. You never know. So even there's still parts of that movie when I was watching it for the first time.
Was like a huge plot twist of everything.
It is. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of Mysterio. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, that's
You don't know if he's good guy or bad guy.
And even that was like, I don't want to say it's a new thing, but a lot of the comic book stories or like other adaptations, typically Mysterio definitively is a bad guy, but the things that get people is his illusions. And in Far From Home, they kind of, I don't want to say flipped it, but they added a new story element to where, Mysterio is kind of like the new mentor to Peter, which was a really interesting take on the character.
New Insomniac game, Wolverine, right?
Yep.
Is the video game, is it going to be better than the first Spider-Man game? Agree or disagree? 3, 2, 1.
I disagree.
Okay, why?
Well, one, I'm super biased. That's the first thing. Spider-Man, I think, just sets the table for everyone. I think he sets the table and the tone, even for other superheroes. Not on Marvel. I think he sets the table for Superman, Batman. I think he's always the tone setter. You know what I mean? He's always the leading example of how to do it right. And I can't foresee that I'm gonna have. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely gonna have an. I would imagine with this new Wolverine game, it's going to be sublime. It's going to be super cool.
Yeah.
But man, when that first Spider-Man game hit, I was 2018, right? I was just out of high school. Like, it wasn't like I was little. Yeah. So
you didn't have to go nowhere.
You didn't
have to do nothing.
This was like prime years for me in terms of like fandom. And especially with all the stuff that we had going on at the time. Avengers movies going on.
The Marvel
just
movies,
the hype.
everything.
And that's all hype, you know what I mean? I just can't foresee that it's going to be... That I'm going to enjoy it more than I did that first time with Spider-Man. Because, again, Insomniac really, and Spider-Man set the table and set that bar really high for that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
My agreeing... is because of why the Wolverine game will be better in my opinion is because the combat, just the way Wolverine's mentality is, just the way his rage is built up. Same with Sabretooth, how he has those big ass arms and like just like it's gonna be badass with the combat. Doing that with Sabretooth especially and Mystique.
You're really I could tell you're hyped up for the combat duo.
The combat
things.
duo thing. I love that thing.
there's always I always enjoy that stuff too. Like they did it well with the Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's so badass just seeing them go back to back with each other.
You know where they did it really well? Arkham Knight, when you had Catwoman and Nightwing and Robin.
Yeah, and when they would just jump
switch
in
between them.
Yeah.
That would be cool. If
the
you
quick
could
switch. I like the quick switch. Yeah.
That would be badass. But
where you only had to press LB to
and
just
the finishers and
the
stuff.
The finishers where they help you as well in that.
I
That
agree.
was really cool with Batman Arkham Knight, especially with Robin and Nightwing, obviously. Yeah. Those were really cool to see.
It definitely has potential. I don't want to... I just don't think, personally, I don't think it's going to be the better game.
You don't think so?
I just think that Spider-Man's going to hold that spot.
Okay,
I could be super wrong.
Storyline speaking, like, what do you think it's going to be better? What do you think the story is going to be better than how Spider-Man was their first one, or do you think this story is going to be way better? Like,
man, that's a tricky question because
they're both
Spider-Man was the whole. I love, like, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite. A lot of the reason is because of that relationship that they gave to Doc Ock and Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2, the movie I'm speaking of. They pretty much just did that, but with the Insomniac game. And that was a lot of the compelling reason why I love that first game so much. Because, again, it was like, just like with the Mysterio thing that you were speaking of, it was still a semi-plot twist. Even though I, as a comic book fan, a movie fan, like, outside of that one, the video game medium, I knew what it was going to turn into. But if from an outsider's perspective, what a great twist. Like, his closest mentor, it ends up being the baddest guy of them all.
Yeah, that is cool. I love plot twists like that, especially.
Yeah. So, and then there's just certain... The gameplay,
I feel that's going to happen.
There's just so much. But story-wise, it's hard to beat that, though. But then again, Wolverine is my next favorite. For me, my top 3 superheroes, just to put it like this, it's Spider-Man and Batman and then Wolverine. Those are the 3 characters that I consistently read, that I consistently consume whatever the medium is, comic books, movies, video games, etc. Like, so Wolverine is really high up there for me, and this game and this story has potential, but there are also some things that do concern me about the story. But it's nothing that would deteriorate my score, or detract from my score or anything like that. So I just, again, it's more of a bias thing with me. It's not for any other reason, to be real with you. It's really just a bias thing because Spider-Man takes that top spot for me over anyone. So, yeah. What about...
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But you do think it'll be a better game?
I do think it'll be, especially how they performed in the last game, Spider-Man 2. It's just going to... I feel like the combat's going to be better overall. The leaping's going to be better. The suits... We already saw the suits from Spider-Man, how badass they were from the last game. Obviously, they added a shit ton. Yeah. So I can imagine how many they're going to add Wolverine himself.
Yeah.
And all his... I
think confirmed right now, from what I heard, it's like 27 suits.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's more than Spider-Man. But still,
that's still a good variety of suits, and especially for just him alone.
In Spider-Man 2, you had Spider-Man and Miles.
Yeah.
So realistically, like, combining those two, of course, you're going to have more suits.
Yeah, of course.
So I can't remember how many just Peter Parker Spider-Man had. So,
and I hope to see another plot twist with Sabretooth and Wolverine. I hope to see that. Sabretooth turning on Wolverine, hopefully. You know?
I'm sure that'll come.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll come, especially between them.
That's not even a plot twist. I think just their history together.
Yeah, their history together. Just, they're so like, they are like literally brothers. They literally like they have like this love for each other, but they also have this bad love for each other. Like they don't really like each other, but they do.
It's a toxic relationship.
Yeah, it's like a toxic relationship. Exactly.
No doubt. Let's go on to the next one. Wolverine will be Game of the Year. Agree or disagree? 3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
And I only think I'm not. Well, I went first last time. You go first. Sorry.
My disagreeing is because GTA 6.
Yeah,
Come on now. Like, the hype is too much for GTA 6. It overhypes Wolverine, unfortunately. Literally everything.
Yeah.
Even the movies in general. Like, everyone been waiting on GTA 6, obviously. Yeah. And everyone been waiting for this story and how it's going to play out. Yeah. On the story mode, obviously. And how it's going to play out for online. So my thing is, I think it's a disagree that Wolverine will not be Game of the Year. It's gonna be GTA 6 for sure, especially.
And I agree with that. I think it'll be snuffed. I'm not saying that Wolverine won't have the better story or anything like that, or won't be the better game for me personally, but like I just think it's gonna be snuffed over.
I feel like people, once that game releases, people are gonna forget about Wolverine.
Yeah, no doubt. And there's a reason why Wolverine's coming out a lot sooner than
of course,
than GTA 6. Because that's a big gap.
Because if they were to just put it out in the same month, no one would
play Wolverine.
No one would even care.
Shouldn't say no one, but the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers would be
even right now. If
especially at the box
I just heard that GTA 6 pre-orders alone on digital, because remember they haven't announced the physical yet. Digital has already grossed $3 billion.
Yeah, and that's
crazy, dude. That is insane to just do on pre-orders. That's insane. So, of course, by the time, like, we haven't even reserved our copy. And there's other people just like us that I'm sure they haven't reserved their copy either. So that's just more sales that are going to go up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's not even, like, that's when the game,
but that's kind of the
pre-orders
But
drop.
that is disappointing, too, though, because it's like, well, just because something has numbers over something else means that it's going to win out over something that's actually of quality. And I'm not saying GTA 6 isn't going to be a quality game. I'm not saying it's going to have a better or worse story. I'm just saying, like, that from what it sounds like, it is sounding like that so far. Like, it's going to be an unfair advantage in that department.
Yeah.
So.
Dr. Doom, will he be a better villain than Thanos? Agree or disagree? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Disagree. Yeah.
I disagree because of how much we got leading up to, and we were speaking about this off camera prior. Infinity War alone, like, just the way they wrote Thanos. And that's one movie. I'm not saying that they can't do that with Doctor Doom, because this is going to be his one movie. But they hyped up, like, we got cameos and snippets of Thanos all throughout that, the lead up of those 10 years. Or at least from the first Avengers up until Infinity War, I should say. And they really built his character up. Yeah. Doctor Doom, unfortunately, they just decided not to go that route. I know a lot of that has to do with the fact that originally it was going to be the King dynasty, but that got scrapped because of the actor not being a part of the project no more and all that. Yeah. So I understand that they had to pivot, but man, I'm like, Josh Brolin's portrayal of Thanos just in Infinity War is like leagues above everything else to me. Yeah. The motive, the writing, the look of the character, the execution of Thanos was damn near perfect. There's like hardly anything I would change about him in Infinity War. And Endgame is a different story. Endgame is a totally different story.
Yeah.
But Infinity War, no, he's awesome in that movie. So
Yes.
what do you think?
I disagree that Doctor Doom will be a better villain than Thanos, because Thanos was just like, he did not care. Like, he didn't care who you were, whether it was his daughter, whether it was Gamora. Right. He did not care. Yeah. His friends, his group, he didn't care.
Yeah, he was willing to sacrifice it all.
He was his own. He was like self-made. He was his own like villain. He didn't need nobody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I thought made him like so powerful.
I feel like
evil.
Same thing for Doctor Doom, but I wouldn't. I get what you're saying with the self-made, but I wouldn't say that even Doctor Doom has anybody to around him. You know what I mean?
As well,
like,
but
he doesn't need the Sentinels, but it's just cool that he does have them.
And he gives the reason why Thanos is so evil. He gives no mercy to anybody. Like he doesn't care who you are. Like even with Loki, like he strangled him in front of his own brother. You know what I mean? And he did not care. He let him watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just left him there. You know what I mean?
He is very
and same with
unmerciful.
Like yeah, exactly. He's just very like evil. He feels the need to like just like. He had to wipe out the whole universe. Like, he didn't care about
his goal.
He didn't care about anyone else but himself. He just wanted to be inevitable. Yeah. Like he wanted to be.
He wanted to fulfill his destiny.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he said.
Yeah. It's like I said, I agree with you because he's just so well written, especially in that movie.
And he's so powerful.
Yeah. The way that, again, that Thanos is going up against Prime Avengers too. I think that helps a lot.
Even
like Doctor Doom, I'm not trying to hate on anyone or rain on anyone's parade, but this Avengers is not the same as those Avengers, clearly.
Exactly.
So we're not getting and I'm not saying that those Avengers are perfect. I'm not saying that the original Avengers are perfect or anything like that. But we just had heavier hitters, and this movie, although we are going to have some heavy hitters, it just feels like it's not. I don't know, Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom stopped fucking the Thor.
But that's not. But also, to be fair, that's not the question. The question is he going to be a better villain?
Yeah.
Not is the movie gonna? You know what I mean?
Another good question though, is he going to be more powerful than Thanos?
I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
I think we already had talked about that earlier. Like, I think clearly he's going to be OP. You know
overpowered. More overpowering than Thanos. Him himself could probably kill Thanos.
My thing is just like, how are they going to... Because they have to nerf him for them to be able to beat him. And for me, that is what...
And they don't have that same... The Avengers don't have that same potential as they did in Endgame.
To me, what's the... Thanos, although really strong without the Infinity Gauntlet, clearly they could beat him without the Infinity.
Yeah, exactly.
When he doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet. So that's one way to story-wise tell the story of, hey, this is how we nerf Thanos, take away the Gauntlet. But with the Gauntlet, like, all bets are off. Like, sorry. So my thing with Doctor Doom is what's going to be the excuse of when they nerf him? Because he obviously doesn't have an Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So, and I don't think he's going after any.
He's not going after any stones or nothing.
So, who knows, man? It's got potential, and I'm excited for it. And I hope they prove me wrong in the areas of doubt. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't, want it. I don't want it to not succeed. You know what I mean? I hope it succeeds in a big way.
Yeah.
So I think it could be really cool. But any other thoughts before we wrap this up? That was a fun agree or disagree. I think next time we need some signs or something. Yeah, I see the podcasters with the signs and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe we should make some signs.
Yeah.
But what about you? Any closing thoughts?
No, I'm just really hyped, honestly.
For everything?
Everything.
Yeah,
everything coming out this year.
Everything we talked about? Yeah. I can't believe it's all around the corner too. Like
Literally,
Wolverine's
like
a month,
Wolverine's
and
a
then
month.
Doomsday is literally in December.
Well, GTA 6 next.
Oh yeah, November, and then Doomsday afterwards. Yeah, there's.
It's gonna be a pretty sick last couple of this end of the year. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I agree. It has the potential to end on a high note. So, good luck 2027 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, they do next year. Another thing I want to speak on is the Batman too.
No, that got delayed.
Oh yeah, that got delayed to 2028.
2028, and then
that's
we're not getting another Marvel project until Secret Wars, which is at the end of 2027.
So that's basically 2028 too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it'll be a big gap between, and I don't know. I shouldn't broaden that scope between Marvel project. I should say apparently we're not getting another Marvel movie between Avengers, Doomsday.
So after Avengers Doomsday, we're not getting another Marvel movie?
Not for that year. So like, normally we get like a movie or two in between.
They're going to wait on it.
Not this time. Yeah, apparently it's going to wait. So we'll
see.
That's
interesting to see.
We'll see, yeah.
And we'll see how this
But 2028 is looking to shape up like crazy, you know what I mean? Like with some of the lineup that's you got, and we could talk about more of this next time, but Black Panther 3, X-Men, freaking the Batman.
Yep.
I know there's other stuff that I'm forgetting, but
all the Disney movies, all that.
Yeah, well, Disney movies, but superhero scope project. I think there's some more stuff that's coming out too that I'm forgetting. So,
and I wonder what's up for the games too, as well. That year in 2028, I wonder what's gonna. Insomniac is gonna cook up next. You know what I mean? After Wolverine, I'm wondering what they're gonna do.
I know. I really hope we don't get like a super long delay between Wolverine and whatever the next project is.
Yeah, hopefully not.
I don't. But then again, like, I don't mind the studios taking their time to make sure that we get quality, because I rather have that than some crap. You know what I mean? But there is stuff like how they did the Miles Morales, like it was basically DLC, but it was a whole game on its own.
Yeah, literally.
But I hope we get something small in between Wolverine and whatever the next project is. One of the things, like the canceled Venom game, or even the multiplayer Spider-Man. Like, even if that's just like added DLC onto Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that would be nice to play.
Yeah. So
especially when we're just waiting.
Yeah.
We can just play that in the meantime. Or same with Wolverine. We can play that in the meantime.
It just keeps us fed, you know what I mean? Exactly. It keeps the fans fed. So I hope we get something like that. All right, bro. I appreciate you being on the pod. It was really cool.
Good talk.
Really quick before we leave, go ahead and tell the people like your handle where they could find your stuff.
My handle is like my YouTube and stuff. Is DJ Pacchiavelli. I upload some mixes as well. I do music. I engineer. I'm actually working on an album with my dad and my godfather. So go check that out on my Facebook. It is under my name.
It'll all be linked.
It'll all be linked below in the description, obviously.
Yeah.
And all my tags, my Instagram and all that stuff, that'll all be linked.
Well, tell them where they can find you on your Instagram too.
My Instagram, it's just Tupac, obviously. That's my middle name, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
I was blessed with that by my pops. But, that's where you can find me.
Yep, and as you guys know, my tags, it's just Emiliano on Instagram. Also, the Bearmade Studio on Instagram. My YouTube channel here, the Bearmade Studio. My little brother took my Monarch and ran with it. It's just but we hope you enjoyed the podcast. Again, my name's Emiliano. This is on the Bearmade Studio channel. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.